Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be me listing off some books that I never plan on reading. These are books that for various reasons I have no plans on reading anytime in the future. And I'll say the book, and if I have a reason why, I'll say it. So the first series that I never plan on reading is Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. I just don't have the need or the want to read this series. I have watched all 4 of the movies. No, all 5 of the movies. There's 5 movies because the last book is split into 2 movies. Yeah, so I have watched all 5 of the movies and I did like them, but I know that, yeah, never compare the movies to the books, but just based on the movies, I have no urge to read the books. I just don't, and especially with the release of Midnight Sun earlier this year, that just kind of like made me want to read the series even less. So yeah. The next 2 series are like in the same world by the same author. That is Vampire Academy and Bloodlines by Richelle Mead. I just don't have the urge to or the want to. I've heard good things, but I don't really want to. I did watch the Vampire Academy movie that came out. I don't know what year it came out in. Like 2015, 2016, 2014. I don't know when the fuck the movie came out. I did watch it at one point a few years ago. I don't remember anything. I don't have the urge to read this book. The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Again, I just don't have the urge to. I've watched the first 2 movies, and then the first half an hour of the 3rd movie I fell asleep halfway through the movie when I decided to watch it. I do plan on at least finishing the movie, but I just don't have the urge to read the books at all. A Game of Thrones by J.R.R. Martin. I just don't have the urge to. Yes, this is an adult fantasy. That is something I don't usually read, but I don't have the urge to. I haven't even watched the Game of Thrones TV show. No, wrong. I watched the first episode and I like almost fell asleep in it. I don't have any plans of reading the books or watching the TV show. I just don't feel the urge with all of these. Divergent by Veronica Roth. Again, kind of the same situation with The Maze Runner. I watched the first 2 movies, fell asleep about half an hour into the final movie. I've also heard spoilers about this. I know what happens, so I just don't want to read it at all. Next we have The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, and yes, this is a very like classic fantasy that everyone loves, but I just don't plan on reading it. I haven't watched any of the movies either, and I don't plan on. I don't feel the need. I think out of all of the books on this list, this one is if I had to pick one to read, I would pick this one. At least right now I don't plan on reading it, but who's to say that in a few years in the future I will want to read this one or any of these books that are on this list. But like as of now, it's a no. Now we have 2 contemporaries, which is shocking. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I have just heard bad things about this, and those things, the things that I've heard just make me be like, I don't need to read it. There are a bunch other contemporaries out there that I'll enjoy more. And that's kind of the same thing with Fangirl by Rowell. I don't have any urge to read it. At one point I wanted to read it, but I don't really see the need to. I just, again, have heard things that are negative, but I also have heard positive things, so this is one that's like, I don't want to read it, but at the same time, I'm like, I might consider reading it someday, but I don't know. As of now, it's a no. And then the final book on this list is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and with this one, I watched the movie. I love the movie. I've watched The Fifth Wave, I want to say like 4 or 5 times. But I just don't feel the need to read the books. Yeah, the movie ends off on a cliffhanger. And I could go read the books to kind of figure it out a little bit. But I just don't want to. I don't feel the need to. So yeah, those were I think it's 10, I'm too lazy to count, book/series that I don't plan on reading. If you have read any of these and have enjoyed them, I'm not saying anything about like, oh, these books are bad. Like, they're not. I know that these are well-loved series by many, but I just don't feel the need to. I just don't feel the need to read them. There are a bunch of other books that I could read that will give me that same, like, experience of reading a good series. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye!